And what really worries me is that the royal family is now a moving target, a soft touch. Charles should...
from attacking them. William is the right man to make it. It should not be an interview, but a statement in a
from the fact that somehow they're above. They've thrown in the racist...
well, ITV said it was...
The question no royal dares whisper out loud is now splashed across headlines everywhere. Tom Bower has thrown the entire monarchy into chaos with one jaw-dropping allegation. Are Archie and Lilibet really Harry and Meghan's biological children? Yes, you heard that right. This isn't some cheap tabloid whisper. It's about the British line of succession itself. The very foundation of the monarchy is being rattled, and if this claim sticks, Harry and Meghan's brand could go up in flames forever.
I will likely not be making any more videos about the book Revenge by Tom Bower, which is coming out this week.
What started as snide pregnancy rumors has now spiraled into a full-blown royal crisis. Harry, restless and pale, is said to be pacing the halls of his Montecito mansion while Meghan's legal team scrambles to keep a lid on the story. But here's the cruel irony. The harder they fight to bury these allegations, the more oxygen they give them. And trust me, the evidence, the whispers from palace insiders, it's all about to blow this wide open.
Good afternoon to you. Thanks for joining me.
Hi, Sheila. Thanks.
I noticed yesterday evening...
For years, Harry and Meghan fiercely guarded their children from the public eye. Archie and Lilibet were off-limits, wrapped in layers of privacy. But Tom Bower has dragged them right into the center of the Sussex storm. And let's be real, Bower doesn't deal in gossip. When he speaks, institutions tremble. His latest claim cuts like a knife. Archie and Lilibet might not even be Harry and Meghan's biological children.
There's people who don't want to be written about on the whole, whose lives are shrouded in mystery, and...
He suggests surrogacy wasn't just a choice. It was a carefully disguised secret, maybe even only part of the truth. And this isn't about lifestyle or PR. This is about bloodline, legitimacy, who actually belongs in the Windsor dynasty. And Meghan's stories? They've been riddled with inconsistencies from the start. Remember her big Portland hospital birth claim? Experts tore that apart. We all recall the glossy CBS interview.
Meghan is being painted as the devil for months and months. First question, is there...
But here's the kicker. Meghan never intended to deliver at Portland. People pointed out her belly looked strange, almost padded. Clips went viral showing it fold, shift, even vanish at certain angles. And let's not forget, dates and times about Archie's arrival were confusing. Contradictory. No official announcements, no traditional hospital steps photo. Unlike every other royal birth in modern history, everything was cloaked in secrecy.
Meghan Markle kicked off CNN this morning after a heated dispute with Anderson Cooper. Meghan Markle...
Instead, every detail was filtered, scripted, released only on their terms. And here's what made it suspicious. Lawyers. Yes, legal teams were deeply involved in something that should have been a joyful royal protocol. What kind of birth announcement needs legal oversight? The very fact that lawyers hovered over every word screams that something bigger was being hidden.
...seat as though I was like...
And here's the cruel twist. Harry rebuilt his entire image around fatherhood. The rebellious prince became the doting dad, claiming his kids were the reason he left the monarchy. The reason behind Netflix deals. The justification for every war with his family. I'm doing this for my children, he repeated endlessly. But now, Tom Bower has ripped that foundation to shreds.
And they're all his old mates from the royal days. They've all been to Eton, most of them and so on. And they have a kind of certain banter.
Sources say Harry spends sleepless nights glued to headlines, scrolling through endless articles about Archie and Lilibet. He paces his mansion, snapping at staff, consumed by worry. For the man who once led campaigns on mental health, the irony is brutal. He's now drowning in the very anxiety he preached against. Even his old military buddies whisper that they barely recognize him anymore.
A twist that has social media buzzing, a rare vintage clip of Meghan Markle enjoying a sunny day on a yacht.
This goes deeper than PR. For Harry, this is about his soul, his very identity as a father. He always said his purpose was protecting Meghan and the children from what destroyed his own childhood. But now, that purpose is being ripped apart. Imagine it. You give up your royal title, your family, your homeland, all in the name of your children. And suddenly the world asks if those children are even yours.
Came on with a tagline for this dishwashing liquid, and the tagline said, "Women all over America are fighting greasy..."
No wonder insiders whisper Harry's cracking under the strain. Friends and advisors tread carefully around him, worried about his well-being. The weight of betrayal, the suspicion, the uncertainty, this isn't just coming from outside, it's poisoning his inner circle. Meghan, though, oh, she's playing it differently. No tears, no breakdowns, no public outbursts. Instead, she's gone silent, calculated. Insiders say she's in full legal mode. Letters, strategies, quiet orders to her team to suffocate this scandal before it spreads further. And yes, a legal warning might shut down a tabloid, but every lawyer's letter is read by the public as proof that something is being hidden. The more Meghan clamps down, the louder the whispers get. It's the Streisand effect at its peak. And Meghan's whole life has been about control. The polished pregnancy photos, the carefully staged Netflix narratives. Now she's applying the same strategy again. But this time, the public mood has shifted. What once looked polished now looks calculating. And silence? Silence fuels suspicion. Meghan's refusal to directly address the rumors leaves a void, and the public is filling it with speculation. Every photo is re-examined, every timeline rechecked, every legal letter dissected. If there's truly nothing wrong, people ask, why not just speak plainly like any mother would? From the very beginning, Meghan's pregnancies didn't match the script of a royal fairy tale. Timelines were fuzzy, appearances suspiciously staged, photos glossy to the point of looking fake. Unlike Kate Middleton, glowing yet exhausted on the hospital steps with newborns, Meghan gave us no such moment. Instead, the world got curated magazine-style shots. And then there was the infamous bump watch. Meghan's stomach shifted shapes, sometimes appearing huge, sometimes barely there. Clips of her bending down with ease, even late in pregnancy, went viral. And with Lilibet's birth in California, same cloak of secrecy. No hospital records, no announcements until days later. For ordinary families, fine. But for royals, every detail is supposed to be documented. Meghan's silence only fed the fire. And let's not forget the bigger picture. For royals, birth isn't just about family. It's about history, legitimacy, bloodline. Every birth is a matter of record, a thread in centuries of tradition. And here, Meghan's secrecy only created a vacuum. Instead of silencing doubts, she invited them. And years later, Tom Bauer has handed skeptics the weapon they've been waiting for. A reason to believe Archie and Lilibet's births were not what they seemed. From day one, people noticed a distance between Archie, Lilibet, and the rest of the Windsors. In the royal world, absence isn't silence. It's a statement. Look at the contrast. William and Kate's kids are constantly seen with Charles, Camilla, even the late Queen. Every candid laugh, every family outing reinforces their legitimacy. But Archie and Lilibet, practically invisible. No cozy snapshots with Grandpa Charles, no casual palace birthday gatherings, no iconic family portraits, just carefully curated photos released by Harry and Meghan themselves. So now, with Bauer's bombshell, the absence feels louder. Was this distance Meghan and Harry's choice? Or was it the palace drawing a boundary all along? Some royal insiders believe Buckingham Palace anticipated this exact storm. By keeping Harry's children at arm's length, they gave themselves wiggle room if questions ever erupted. Less visibility, fewer photos, fewer opportunities for the public to connect dots. Clever or cold? You decide. And here's where the real stakes come into play: succession. The monarchy isn't just a family, it's an institution built on legitimacy. Every heir must be beyond question, because once doubts creep in, they don't just rattle the family, they rattle the system itself. On paper, Archie is 7th in line to the throne, Lilibet right behind. But if surrogacy was secretly used, if the story doesn't match the ancient rules, their positions could crumble overnight. This isn't just gossip. It's constitutional. Across the Commonwealth, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, the monarchy still stands as head of state. If doubts about Archie and Lilibet's legitimacy spread, it doesn't just shake Britain, it sends aftershocks through entire governments tied to the crown. For Harry, it's devastating. This is the man who swore his kids would never be sidelined like he felt as a boy. Yet now, the very foundation of their place in history is questioned. For Meghan, it's another brutal reminder that she can't outmaneuver centuries of palace rules. No matter how carefully she curates her story, the monarchy plays by ancient laws that don't bend to her Hollywood control. And Tom Bauer? Let's be clear, he's no YouTube gossip vlogger. He's 85, a veteran royal biographer, a man with decades of receipts and credibility. When he speaks, the palace listens. When he drops claims, they echo through politics, tabloids, and drawing rooms alike. That's why this isn't just a rumor. It's a public relations grenade with constitutional consequences. And let's not sugarcoat it. Harry's identity as a husband and father is unraveling before the world's eyes. He left his family, his country, the entire monarchy behind in the name of protecting Meghan and his children. Now the very children he sacrificed everything for are at the center of doubt. Insiders say he's questioning who he can trust, even among his closest circle. Friends tread lightly, advisors go quiet, worried his mental health is collapsing under the weight. Meanwhile, Meghan pushes forward, determined to hold control. Her brand, the polished Netflix series, the podcasts, the staged photos, all carefully crafted around authenticity and honesty. And now, the world's accusing her of hiding the most personal truth of all, her children's births. Her critics call her calculating, manipulative. Her supporters say she's being unfairly targeted yet again. But one thing is clear: silence is no longer enough. Because once questions like these take root, they're impossible to pull out. Every new photo of Archie and Lilibet, every birthday portrait, every casual sighting, they'll all be dissected. Were the births real? Was there a surrogate? Is Meghan hiding something? These questions now live in the public mind, and no legal team can erase them. And here's the tragedy. Harry and Meghan thought by moving to California, by shutting the palace out, they were seizing control of their story. Instead, they're more exposed than ever. The palace, with centuries of experience in containing scandal, might have shielded them. But now, with only their own PR and lawyers, they're naked before the world's judgment. What's worse? The children who were supposed to be shielded by privacy are now the very center of speculation. By keeping them hidden, Harry and Meghan inadvertently made them more vulnerable. The information gaps have become breeding grounds for rumor and conspiracy. And Bauer has only poured fuel on that fire. The monarchy has survived divorces, affairs, scandals of all stripes. But questions about succession? That's a different beast. Those strike at the very DNA of the crown. And this time, it's not William or Charles in the crosshairs, it's Harry's children, innocent kids who never asked for this circus, now burdened with whispers about whether they belong in the line of kings and queens. And here's the cruel twist of fate. Harry's greatest fear, his children living under the same crushing glare that killed his mother's spirit, has come true. Not because of paparazzi, not because of the tabloids, but because of the very secrecy he thought would protect them. So where does this leave us? With Tom Bauer's claims, the questions are now everywhere. Can Meghan and Harry ever put this genie back in the bottle? Can silence protect them? Or will the weight of unanswered suspicion drag their entire brand and their children's futures into ruin? The story is far from over. And if history tells us anything, when it comes to the Windsors, the truth always finds its way to the surface. What do you think about these claims? Are the questions surrounding Archie and Lilibet's births worth discussing, or just another unfair attack on Meghan and Harry? Drop your thoughts below, and if you want the latest, hit like, subscribe, and stay tuned, because this storm is only just beginning. Only just beginning.